right, guys. Crazy schedule today. I have like this work schedule that I'm managing with, that I'm trying to manage here in New York. It's just a little overwhelming right now, but let me just turn off the notifications. Okay, yeah, it's just a little overwhelming right now, but it's fun. It's fun. I'm glad that I'm finally putting some work behind the SAT. Uh, it's been dragging because of all those technical issues, but here we are with the 2021 March QAS. There were some frustrations I had with this test as I was doing it, but now that I look at all the answers and I go through it thoroughly, I realize, the SAT's generally been fair. There was that one typo basically in the passage, and there were two like vocab and context questions, and then like this one like evidence question that I really had a problem like that I didn't think was like ideal. But generally, things have been kind of working out. Everything else makes sense. For the most part, I was the one that was sort of missing the detail. There was that one that I really missed that detail. So I'm feeling a little better. I also just feel a little more awake because I had to leave the hotel and come back for something. So I got my body moving, and I think that's helping me with my energy. Now, I wasn't able to finish the reading test review, so I'm going to finish that now and then finish off this stream. Apparently, I couldn't just stop the stream, for some reason. I feel like I could do that last time, but for some reason I can't do it this time. So I can't just stop the stream. But so I had to make a new stream altogether, which is kind of annoying. But for now, I'll just finish this stream. And I want to try to fit in the writing as well at like 1 p.m. between 1 and 2 p.m. in Eastern time, but we'll see. Maybe that's not realistic. Okay, so I'm doing the reading test right now, and I'm wrapping it up right now. Let's go. So, yeah, I went to question 50, and I think let me just double check that I did all the. Oh, no, no, we didn't do question 50 yet. Oh, I see. It's all in red because I actually lost time. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna hang on. What just happened? Something weird just happened. All right. Oh, there was a power issue. It just turned off everything. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Yeah. So I'm at question 43. And let's continue. Do Hang on. What's going on? Uh-huh. Guys, I apologize. I put my power into the wrong source in the USB hub. Now I should be powering the iPad and the camera pretty decently. Sorry about that. Let's continue. So we're at 43. We're at 43. Do the results of the survey support the conclusion that there are twice as many Jupiter mass free-floating planets as Earth mass ones? Yeah, I totally missed the as Earth mass ones. So I didn't read that question properly. But the survey finds 10 that are roughly the mass of Jupiter. So do we have twice as many Jupiter mass compared to Earth mass? No, it only gives me the suggestion that there's twice as many free-floating Jupiter mass planets as stars. So this one was supposed to be an easy one if I just read as Earth mass ones. No, right, this is correct about Earth mass. That is totally correct. Oh my God, I think I lost so much time. There was 3 minutes between these two questions. Oh my God, it should have been less than a minute for both of these questions. I got rocked on that. Horrible, horrible. But yes. The survey is not sensitive to planets smaller than Jupiter, Saturn. More often, right? Yes, that one's correct. I I am confirming that one. High confidence there. Okay. According to passage 2, oh, I just zoned out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What's going on? All right, here we go. Passage 2, Roz, and colleagues analyzed microlensing events, right, to confirm the results, right? I felt awkward about that word choice, to determine how many big free-floating planets there are in the Milky Way galaxy. And we get this because they looked at, right, which were caused by rogue planet, and there are only this many in the Milky Way. Right. This is the more obvious evidence right here. Estimated the number of large rogue planets. Here is large rogue planets. Oh my god, that is high confidence. Let's go, 78. To account, because the known methods wouldn't generate enough planets to sum up for all of the wanderers, right? To make a to make an account for all. How do I say that in other words? Hang on. Wouldn't generate, the known methods wouldn't generate enough planets to make up for all of the wanderers. So to explain without the ed would be correct. It would be. But what the hell happened here, right? To comprise all of the... Like, comprise just means... Like... Comprise is when you are actually, like, consisting of that thing. So it's very confusing, and you wouldn't use that word. And identify is when you're, like, pointing it out. So that's not... And locate is for the location. So it should be explained. Let me just double check. Wouldn't generate enough planets. Oh my god, is it comprised? Like, I am honestly, genuinely baffled by this. Because you're trying to come up with an estimate, like based on the actual known observations. You're trying to have these new existing methods to confirm like the 2x number, right? Yo, this question is messed up. The known methods wouldn't generate enough planets to account for all the wanderers. Maybe, the wanderers means free-floating Jupiters. There should be a lot of free-floating Jupiters. Oh, known methods is not known. Methods is not methods of verification. Oh my god, I thought methods was referring to things like microlensing and the predecessors of microlensing. But that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about how planets go rogue, right? Planets can go rogue by exiting, being ejected from their solar systems, okay? They could also go rogue by like being formed like stars, being formed like stars. They from collapsing balls of gas and dust, right over here. So they could be ejected, right? Or they could be created from collapsing balls of gas and dust. The known methods wouldn't generate enough planets to comprise all, right? To comprise, and now comprise makes sense. Oh my God, that was so painful. And guys, that's why it's important to read the whole sentence and make sure you understand the whole sentence. That was a real, because I was rushing. The paradox is by rushing, I actually take way more time. And I know this. I just fell into a trap that I already know. See, because methods is kind of like a pronoun. It's not actually a pronoun. It's a general word. It's a general word that refers to something. But I connected it to the wrong referent. I connected it to the methods of observation instead of the methods of rogue planet formation or rogue planet generation. Oh my God, the word methods totally tripped me up. Now I'm pretty confident it's comprise. Oh my goodness, so frustrating, but okay. And by the way, this is definitely not a check. It's definitely an X because I chose the wrong one the first time. Okay. So I just didn't choose one the first time. I think I ran out of time, right? Because this is all in red. Okay. Now let's look at 47. 47, the sixth paragraph passage 2 serves as both an acknowledgement, reason, findings, explanation. Right. I mean, I'm pretty confident in that one. So let's just work with these 5 questions. Okay. With bated breath, here we go. D, C, D, B, C, D, C, D, A, C. Oh my God. See, I stayed away from A because of that stupid typo with explained. Explain is the gut feeling answer. That is frustrating. I blame the SAT honestly for this one. They should not have used that word. To explained. To account for can't be explained. That's grammatically messed up. They should throw out that question. That's really messed up, man. But yes, this means that my original gut feeling about that word comprise is correct. Comprise means to actually make up, to actually compose, to actually show the composition of, to actually become the composition of, right? But if you read that sentence and if you try to replace it with the word comprise, let's go back to this. It's over here in 75. It challenged long-held ideas about how planets go rogue because the known methods wouldn't generate enough planets to comprise all the wanderers. Then that would mean that the methods are comprising all the wanderers. But the methods can't comprise the wanderers. The planets, the results, right? Those planets can comprise the wanderers. Like the results of those methods can comprise the wanderers, but the methods themselves cannot comprise the wanderers. So this is, grammatically speaking, it's impossible to connect logically the methods to the comprising. Okay, so you have to have a decent grammar for this. And my gut feeling was right because my grammar is solid. It's rock solid. So when I read a sentence, I know exactly logically what it's supposed to be doing. But I just got thrown for a loop by this stupid ED at the end of it. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, this ED really should not be there, And so the SAT, if this came out in the QAS, they have to throw this out. They can't score this, man. That's messed up. You should be able to. Anyway, it's messed up. I honestly think if you got this one wrong, you should forgive yourself and you should move forward. All right. Now looking at 47. I got that one right. Oh no. So now let's finish off the last 3 questions. Here we go. So let me just make sure. Did I get that one wrong? I did get that one wrong. That was 40. That was 46, right? So let me just 46, but I got it wrong on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to put an X there. Okay, we're good. But honestly, I don't think that one should count. So I hope that's showed in this. I hope that's reflected in the scale, in the scoring scale, because that was a messed up question. Unfortunately, for this test, we don't have a scale, so we don't know how this would have been actually scored. But I'm thinking because I got 3 others wrong, my score is still going to be like not 40. It's going to be like 38 or something. Okay, 47. Oh no, 48. Giving up most, revealing, that one's like pretty straightforward. Yes, I'm final on that. Best describes the relationship between the 2 passages. The results of a study outlined in passage 2 challenge the results of a study outlined in passage 1. Oh, duh. Yeah, it's super obvious. And then how many? Yeah. These are really obvious. Now, notice, okay, I'm going to just double check the answers, okay? 48 through 50, DAB. Notice that these 3 questions are I actually ran out of time before these 3 questions. They're really obvious questions. These ones I got -3 on the real test, even though I definitely should not have. In fact, from 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, I did not finish them within 65 minutes. That's the worst. This is the worst. You should never have like 6 wrong at the end of a test because they might shove all of the easy ones right at the end. So this should never happen. It's horrible time management. Learn from me. Don't make my mistakes. Okay? And the best evidence for the previous answer, 66 to 69. Let me just double check. 66 to 69, 66 to 69. Right. That definitely reveals. Okay. And then which scientific idea is suggested in both passages? I definitely found that. Lower mass planets are I found that on both sides. So CA, and oh my God, I got how many wrong on the real 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I actually got 6 of those right. So if in 65 minutes, I actually got -10, which would be a horrible score. But then if you add back 3 points, right, I got +9, so I actually got -1, right? Hang on. That's hard to read. So I actually got -9. Oh, I got actually -9. And even that one that I got wrong, I really think that's not a good question. Explain. Duh. That's a grammatically wrong answer. So that kind of threw me for a loop. Even though logically explain was the right answer, and I kind of knew that by gut feeling, I questioned it because of that stupid answer choice. So I think I got a perfect score within infinite time, but I made a horrible showing today. I got 10 wrong, and 7 of them were all wrong in the last just because I couldn't finish everything on time. Great. So learn from me. Never let that happen to you. Always, whenever you find yourself getting stuck on questions, move on and come back to them later, because the hard questions are not worth it. Get all the easy questions first. All right, that is that. I'm trying to think if I have any other comments before I go off, but I don't think I do. All right, guys. Well, it's embarrassing, honestly. It's embarrassing. If I give some excuses, it's that I definitely spent 4 hours sleeping. Then I just chugged a bunch of coffee, and then I went right into it. And I was very excited at the beginning because I was trying to keep myself hyped, so I kept talking. And then that actually, it hit like a hammer by the second passage. I felt like I was losing time. I was like kind of rushing over things and making connections that weren't really there. I think for next time to do a better stream, I should really focus more on just quietly solving it within time pressure, with the time pressure, kind of like I did with the previous stream. Um, just quietly solve it within time pressure and make the bare minimum comments like, oh, like this and like this and like this and like this. Just make the bare minimum comments and then just accept the fact that the live stream itself is going to be pretty minimal. But then maybe in the future, I can come back to it and create a more edited YouTube video that explains sort of the mental processes that were going on behind the scenes. So I think I should just accept that for the optimal content. The only problem is time. Do I have the time to make all those edits? I have to try, and let's see how that works. But yeah, that's what happens. And one big lesson came out of that. If you really are struggling with time management like that, like me, make sure you get all the low-hanging fruit. Okay? Don't waste 2 minutes to take one apple off of the top of the tree with like a ladder, and then you have to move the ladder around just to get to the top of that tree. You spent a whole 2 minutes on like 1 or 2 questions when you could have just gotten some of the other ones. Like if you spent 2 minutes on one question, but sacrificed 3 questions at the end of the test, okay, was that worth it? No, right? Sacrifice that one question and make sure you get to those 3 questions at the end of the test. The 3 easy questions that you can get the 3 questions that you can get within 40 seconds each compared to that one question that takes 2 minutes. I mean, it's obvious that you should not make that mistake that I made. Okay. And overall, yes, the quality of this, if I can make one more excuse, the quality of this test in particular was a little sketch, man. And this is the QAS, the one that was shared on Reddit anyway. And I'm honestly a little surprised by that typo that came out in the middle of the passage and that other typo in the answer choice. Those they seem pretty minor on the whole of it. But when I distrust the integrity of the test, like it makes me spend like 10-20% more energy just like being like, is this what they mean or is this what it is, right? And it's like it creates all these sort of like Jedi mind tricks. I'm playing like these psychological games instead of just focusing on the right answer. So I think that's, I don't know, I actually expected the QAS to be like top-notch quality, but apparently not. So I think I just have to be cognizant of that. And I'll try to give you guys the best explanations within realistic constraints. Anyway, that is the March 2021 reading test. I'll try to do the writing test in an hour if possible. I'll see you guys in the next one.